The Facebook founder's New Year's resolution was to read a new book every 2 weeks, and his first book pick, The End of Power, which is about how power has shifted from governments, religions, and companies to individuals. It sold out in just a few hours, and no one was more surprised than the author of the 2-year-old book, Moises Naim. He joins us now. Still with me, of course, David Kirkpatrick, author of The Facebook Effect. Dr. Naim, it's great to have you here. What did you think when you saw that your book was first picked?
I felt like I won the lottery. I didn't know about that. I don't know Mike Zuckerberg. I just woke up on January 2nd and discovered that he had picked my book, and I was very happy and continue to be very happy about that.
What's it about?
The book is about how power is changing. Power is not just shifting from Europe and the United States to Asia, and big companies to startups, and from presidential palaces and to town squares and public towns and squares. It is also degrading. Power is becoming easier to acquire, harder to use, and easier to lose.
Moises, David here, and great to see you, by the way.
David.
You know, Zuckerberg really is a believer in the thesis of your book, but I'm curious, which meant that I was not terribly surprised that your book was picked by him, since it so reflects his views about how power is shifting. I'm curious, though, how you see the role of Facebook and social media generally in the big picture processes that you write about.
Yeah, well, first, I don't think one should be surprised if the CEO of a multinational corporation tries to understand what are the global trends that are shaping markets and the economy and politics. And what's different now is that we have these instant multinationals, especially in the internet company space and social media. It used to be that a company was created, it worked in the national market, and then it started exporting and eventually invested overseas and became a multinational. That's no longer the case. Companies are born multinational, and in social media and companies, as I said, and Facebook is a good example. So, you know, if you're running a multinational corporation with operations in many countries there is a lot of upheaval, should not be a surprise that he was interested in the book. And as for the role of social media, you know, it's very important. It's changing the world.
I was going to ask about the ability of Facebook to kind of rise above the fact that it's a U.S. company, which might be a detriment in some areas of the world, and sort of transcend that and become its own global corporation in essence.
It's going to be hard, and you know, they face different regulatory regimes. As you know, in Europe, they're facing all kinds of restrictions and limitations. Rules and standards about privacy are different, and so yes, but like every other multinational, they face different regulatory requirements, and that's an issue. And yes, they are perceived as an American company, and that may be an issue in many geographies.